Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I will be making the short for this two-piece dress as promised. So if you've not seen the full video of how I made this kimono dress, the link to that video would be in the description box. Please make sure you watch that video. Thank you. And now guys, to make this short for this dress, I'm just going to be marking 1.5 inches at the top part, which would be folded in for my elastic band. Then from that point, I'll just be measuring my hip point, which is 8 inches. I'll just mark that across the fabric. Then the next thing I'll be marking is my crotch line for this short, which is 10 inches. You can get that by dividing your hip by 4, your round hip by 4. So the next thing I'm measuring is the full length of this short. The full length of this shirt is 14 inches, guys. So the remaining fabric there is for my allowance, my sewing allowance. So I just drew the line across before I start marking my measurements. So guys, I'm just marking my hip measurements divided by 4. I'm going to mark that at the top line, which is serving as the waist. And I'm not using any zip. I'm using elastic, so I don't need to use my actual waist measurement. Then I'll also mark my hip measurements there. Then for this line here, I'll be measuring my thigh circumference divided by 2. So that's the measurement I'll be using here. Mine is 13 inches. So I'm just going to connect these 2 points together right now to get my crotch line. Yeah, so just join the 2 lines, like all the points together, then cut this out. So that's all for the front piece. And now for the back piece, I just cut out another fabric on fold, which is wider than the front piece by about 3 inches. And now I just want to hold down this fabric so that they do not move out of place. Now at that point where you have an extension, you just want to measure how many inches you have there. And in my case, I have 3 inches, which means I would be extending the back panel, that's the back part of this shirt, by 3 inches. From the top, I'll just mark 3 inches. I'm just going to arrange this right now and mark 3 inches all around this short. So the reason why we're going to do this is because the front part of our bodies and the back parts are not the same. The back is usually bigger. So I'm just going to connect everything together and cut out. Once I cut this out, this would serve as the back part of our shorts. That is the major difference between the front and the back piece. So once that is done, we'll need to split this front piece and the back piece into 2. So I've done that for the front piece. Then I'm just trying to label this so that I don't get confused. I'll turn that also to the back and indicate. Then I'm splitting the back into 2. So we have the back and we have the front. So the next thing is to take to our sewing machine and sew in by just 1/2 inch to that point. I would repeat the same thing on the back part of the short. I'm just going to sew to that point. I'm not sewing at the down part. I'm just taking that to that point and I'll stop at that point. So this is the result after sewing this. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely normal for the back piece to be bigger because we added some inches to the back piece. So I'm just going to join this together and sew the sides. So I'll turn it to the back and sew the sides down. So once that is done, we're just going to join the under of the shorts together by sewing in by 1/2 inch. And that will be all for the under. And now for the waist of this short, we'll just take to the sewing machine, fold that twice and sew, leaving 1 inch for our elastic to pass. So guys, for my elastic, I'm just using my actual waist measurement minus 6 inches. Then I'm just going to pass this across that space I left on the waist. So I have a detailed video on how to do this, and I'll be linking that video in the description box. So once I'm done passing my elastic, I'm just going to close that part I left open for my elastic, and that is all guys. The short is now ready. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free to do that. Thank you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything from it. Bye.